Hey kids, Nikki Harden here, talking specifically to spiritual business women and anyone watching this that really is committed to living life through the lens of the spiritual being. As a spiritual being having a human experience, utilizing it for their development, for their advancement, for their growth. So if this is you, either of you, you must master this term that I coined, the empowered surrender. Let me help you understand. Let's break it down. First, empowered. You got to be confident. You got to be inspired. You got to take conscious, consistent action. The second is you got to surrender. You got to understand this. Most people think surrender is really about, it's kind of like, well, it's out of my control. I can't do anything. Surrender is about taking that conscious, directed, confident action and letting go of the outcome, your attachment to the outcome, your attachment to the timeline of the outcome, and any resistance that you have inside of you to what it is you want. Now, there's a lot of things in there. There's a lot of layers, and I have studied this. I feel like I have gotten a PhD, and Spirit has put me through a boot camp to understand the tools and the processes and the strategies that are necessary to really conquer the empowered action taker, the empowered surrender, right? So let me help you understand. So I work with a lot of spiritual business women, right? And typically there's a lot of good material here because they're so expansive. You're so expansive. Spirit lives in the 5D world, right? And we love no limits. That's why we came here. Our energy is limitless. Our worth is limitless. And for you to operate and succeed in the 3D realm, you got to have a strategy, you got to have a structure, and you got to be in inspired action. You can't sit on your meditation cushion and just know that your goals are going to come to life without taking conscious action, right? And Spirit always meets you at the point of action. So that's the first thing. Then I work with a lot of people who are really trapped in the 3D paradigm, and they'll get this attachment to the outcome, because we were taught force, control, push, dominate, master the outer world, and that is your key to success. You got to master your inner world, and I love helping people master their inner world. And then you set up your outer world for success, right? So you got to get clear in where you're going, and then have a clear action plan to get you there, so that you're not spinning your wheels every day wondering how you should be directing your energy and your time and what you should be doing. When you have a clear, consistent strategy and goals, then you meet it with that surrender, and you're showing up every day, right, as the empowered person, because you're confident, because you know where you're going, and you have a trajectory, and then you're surrendered because you know ultimately you can only control what you can control, and that is how you're being inside of yourself, and then the choices and how you're choosing to direct your energy. So you want to make sure that you have a strategy to take you in the direction of your goals, because if you don't feel confident in the choices that you're making and how you're directing your energy, Spirit's going to feel that resistance, and so what you're going to get met with is resistance, right? And so it's really important, to meet it with both. You got to have the confidence, so you feel empowered. You got to feel empowered that you know where you're going, and you have to stay open, because remember, Spirit always has a plan, and it's our job to live into it and to meet it and to meet it. And the only way we can meet it is through empowered action, through empowered surrender. So those are my tips. If you're struggling, if you're too caught in the 5D and you're struggling to move things forward, schedule a free consult with me, a 30-minute discovery session. We'll get you sorted and see if we can get you helped out. If you're struggling with not realizing your goals because you're too contracted, then we can work on that too. So master your inner world and your outer strategy, and let go of the resistance, and you're on your way. Hope that helps. I'm Nikki Harden. You can find me at nikkiharden.com. You can find me on Instagram at Nikki Harden. And you can find me on YouTube at Nikki Harden. So please follow me. I'm doing daily tips and a lot of good inspiration and education, and I got your back.